go. And our soundtrack is going to be Aurora's latest. Does she like the chair? What? Is she enjoying the chairs? Looks like we messed up the time. At 6 p.m. That's my bad. I think I put UK because I thought he said the UK time, but it's Ireland time. I guess he sent me a message at 2 o'clock. That's when he thought we were gonna do it. Seven. No, UK is the same time. Huh. I guess I must have messed that one up. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisies. There's not going to be any Mark Atwood today, but I'll see if I can get him on next weekend. That was completely my fault, but we could get somebody else. Okay, well, we need another guest then. Who wants to come on the Snail Show? Maybe Aurora can come on. Huh. Hey, Ubermensch, MGTOW. Are you really a MGTOW? I'm assuming that. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll try Aurora. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Somebody around. There's got to be somebody around. You want to be on the show, Andrea? Oh, Dan's around. Oh, it's Dan. Maybe Dan will come on. He's active right now. I don't understand how I messed that up. Doesn't make no sense. He said 9 o'clock. Somehow I got 6 hours in my head. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's supposed to be 7. Now I know for next week if he says okay. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever messed up the time zones for a guest. Yeah, you'd think I've been doing that all the time. It's pretty simple math though. Hey Lucas. You are a MGTOW. You're a man going your own way. I'm at work, but not only that, I got a new computer and can't seem to get Zoom to work on it. It's a cheap POS, that's why. But I wish men definitely can't. Maybe one of the... Do you still think that we live in hell? This is some sort of low-level hell realm. It's definitely not full-blown hell. Whoa. We got a new chair. It's a throne chair. Polish people living in hell. Lucas, you want to come on? Ubermensch, you want to come on? It's a free show. I think this is the first time I've messed up the time zone calculation. Very bad. Go away, fly.
No.
Who wants to come on? Maybe I'll try Twitter. I have like 0 followers on Twitter, but it might work. We should be able to acquire a guest somehow, right? Maybe the fly is going to be the guest. Is this like a Mike Pence fly? Are you a Mike Pence fly? Just pops into existence? California should be 4 o'clock. Oh. No, current time is 2:18. That would be 12 o'clock her time. Zizi, there's a fly in here. We need assistance. Hey, Susie. Susie, you want to come on? I have no mic. What's wrong with Poland? I don't know what's wrong with Poland. So I'm going to have Aurora on next Sunday at noon. Susie, would you like to come on? I don't have a ton of data left, so this thing is just going to end pretty soon. Change the title so it's not saying Mark anymore. Well, the link is there, Susie. No, it's not. Here, I'll post the link for anybody in chat if you'd like to jump on. There's a link. Ah, David Poker. We have a mystery guest. Hello? Can you hear me? Hey, David. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. Yeah, I got somebody. Gotta figure out how to turn the music down. Okay, I'm gonna turn you up. Alright.
Yo, Gary was listening to Spotify, mate.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, was listening to Spotify.
Spotify?
Yeah, I was listening to Spotify just then.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's Aurora on Spotify. David has left the chat. Actually, no, that was not Spotify. That was SoundCloud. So David has left the chat, so it's still available. David, if you'd like to come back on. Actually, I might have Susie's email still. Okay, let's see if we can send Susie an email. I do have Susie's email. Yeah, YouTube is apparently not putting my link through. I mean, you can see my screen right here, right? See how I put the link right here? So you guys are saying you do not see this link on your actual computer? Because that's ridiculous. But standard fare for YouTube with its help via shadow banning, etc. I wonder if I can lower the volume just on SoundCloud. Where is the volume? Okay, Susie's here. Go away, fly. Susie, can you hear me? Ah, here it is.
Yes, can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you turn it down the music a tiny bit?
Yeah, I'm turning the music down to about half. And then...
I'm going to turn mine down as well.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
just
then-
you just need to turn down your. Let me make sure it's not me, because there's some echo in here.
I've got a feedback.
Yeah, you've got the feedback loop going on.
I've got two screens open.
You can just turn the volume down on the other one.
I've got a feedback.
Oops, sorry about that.
I've got two screens open.
Exploding.
Oh, every time.
It's okay, don't sweat it.
Uh-oh. Which one do I close down?
You just go to the. If you have the show open, go to the little.
Shut down the show?
Just
Shut down YouTube.
shut down the show, yeah.
Got it. Hold on.
If you have the show open,
Shut down the show? Shut down YouTube. Yeah.
You got it? Good. Perfect.
Woohoo! Did it!
So, welcome, Susie.
Hi, Gary. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I'm in my gym jam, so
You're in your jammies?
yeah.
Okay.
It's not too late. It's 20 past 10 over here in Dublin.
Yeah, you're in the same time zone as the guest that I was supposed to have on, and somehow I messed that up.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed
Where
to
was
have
that
him.
person at? London or?
He's in Ireland.
Oh, same.
Same
Wow.
city, right? Mark Atwood, have you heard of him?
No.
He said 9 o'clock his time, and somehow I got 6 hours in my mind, and it's not 6 hours, it's 7 hours difference.
Oh, they got you.
They got me. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We have Susie. How have you been, Susie?
Yeah, I'm alright. I need a drink.
Oh, you can
But
have one.
Oh no, I'm alright. I'm good. It's really nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've been missing some of your streams because they're at different times, and I don't seem to get the. I don't know if you do like let people know in advance or just hop on. But anyway,
I usually
I
just
always,
hop on.
I always watch them afterward.
Yeah. I usually just hop on because
Okay.
there's so many shenanigans going on with censorship and other things that I try to just be spontaneous, and whoever manages to slip through all the blockades is who gets to see the show.
Yeah. It's a good policy.
Yeah. So how's it in Ireland? What does it look like on the streets? Just bodies stacking up in the streets?
It's full scale insania. Horrible. Yeah. Full power madness.
Are they doing lockdowns as well, or is it just masks?
No, they're threatening them and then kind of turning up the dial and then winding it back and then threatening it again. So tomorrow we find out if we're going into level 5, which is the top level.
What's the level right now? Level 4?
We're at level 3.
Okay. Yeah, I just wonder what the government would do if there was like an actual thing going on. Would they just be like, all right, guys, there's no danger, just go outside and play in the street? Are we just playing opposite land?
I don't know. It's hard to know because I don't know. But it was funny. I was driving home and I had to go through a toll. A bridge.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the cashier one, yeah?
Yeah.
And the window was completely closed, and and this where you meant to put coins in, and there was just a thing stuck up for a credit card.
There was no person in there?
Yeah, but it's always open. I've never seen it close.
But you still had to stick your credit card in to get through?
I didn't have a credit card. I went there because that's where you put the coins, and I think I heard a voice saying, "Have you got coins?" And I was like, "Are you going to open the window?" And he's, I'm in my car, and anyway, he opened the window about that much and put out a gloved hand and a mask behind a black window.
Yeah.
It was pretty weird. I was like,
We've had that.
Oh, well.
We've had that kind of situation a few times. Going through the drive-through, getting fast food or something, and they'll shove out a box at you, and then you throw your card in the box, and they got gloves on, and they pull it back. You just feel very safe.
Even the window was black, though. It was pretty weird. You couldn't even see him.
Mm-hmm.
Even the window was completely black window, so you couldn't even see that there was a person. So it's like looking at you is even scary.
Yeah, right. Visually transmitted mental illness, I think.
Yeah.
It's
mental illness through the eyes.
Yeah.
Straight in. Full contagion.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's been able to go on for so long, but I think I hope it's going to figure itself out with this election, with the United States election. I don't really know, though.
Who knows? Yeah, it's really hard to say.
Because the regular people seem completely fine with just wearing masks, even though I think even the CDC has now recanted on their original thing, which first they said masks are useless, then they said, I think, no, you need to wear them, and then I think they went back again and said they're not actually protecting you. But there's so much conflicting information out there that I think everyone's just confused.
Yeah, it's back and forth a lot. It's really hard to keep your head.
Mm-hmm.
The information, but yeah, it's rough going, really.
Do you have kids, Susie?
It's very divisive as well.
Yeah. Do you have children?
No.
No?
No.
Good. That's good. We have another guest that's attempting to enter the room, so I'm going to allow Meredith to enter, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's cool.
This will be mystery guest show.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know who Meredith is.
I just see that you have a nice place. It looks good, and I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah. We're very happy here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Meredith?
Hey.
Oh, there she is. Hello.
How's it going?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I saw that you posted this on Twitter. That's very bold.
I didn't think I was going to get someone from Twitter because, it shows me that I have like one person ever paying any attention. So it was kind of like a shot in the dark.
Well,
but welcome.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Do you follow the show at all, or you only know me from Twitter?
I've watched a few episodes, mostly with the one with Lauda and Eve a while back. But yeah.
Nice.
How are you guys doing? You holding up okay?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than. We just got an apartment. We had been, running around like crazy for the last 2 years trying to find some security, and we just finally got into like the best situation that we've had yet in preparation for whatever insanity the election has to bring for us.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We're quite happy.
What a movie.
What a movie, exactly. Where are you, Meredith?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, nice. That's where Andrea is from. That's where my girlfriend's from.
Oh, cool. When did she leave? Or what part of North Carolina is she from?
Raleigh.
Oh, okay,
Raleigh,
cool.
Wendell. Wendell, I guess you say it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
She came
I'm
here.
from Charlotte.
Nice. She came here a couple years ago and just didn't leave, but here isn't there anymore. Here means California. We used to be in California.
Okay, cool. So you guys are still in California?
No, we're in Colorado now. Colorado.
Oh, interesting. How is it over there?
It's really nice. It's a beautiful state, but it's kind of been on fire since we got here, just like California was when we left it.
You tried to escape the fire in California, and then Colorado burst into flames.
Uh-huh. And the
Wild.
smoke patterns have been just crazy. Like, you know how with all those fires in California where there was like surgical precision with how they were, you know, being natural wildfires, right? It's the same. It seems a little bit the same as far as the smoke patterns. It's very like, we had just this bank of smoke that was going over half the city, and someone took a time lapse of it, and the smoke just stayed. Like the edge of the smoke, it was kind of swirling around, but it just held the line somehow, which I have no idea how.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting too, because like all these movies and all these different things over the course of time have been like really pushing climate change, and you can watch like the videos of the directed energy weapons, like setting aflame California, you know, and people are like, no, climate change, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, I live in a pretty liberal city, and so I just kind of keep my mouth shut, though. When it comes to, like, you know, like, there's chaos all over the world, but somehow, and I'm going to knock on this wood that I have right here, I'm sitting out by the fire pit, you know, when it comes to all that, like, outside of my front door, like, I don't have anything, like, earth-shatteringly crazy going on for now, so, I don't know, it's like, maybe I'm jinxing myself in that.
Where'd you say you're in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. There was a Jeremiah that was trying to join as well, and his link, he withdrew the. I'm about to have a party here, but Jeremiah, if you'd like to come on, please just click on the link again. I didn't click on it in time, but yeah, it feels to me like, and I was having this conversation I think yesterday with Andrea. It feels like whatever the realm is, it's like a safety zone from the actual physical war that I think is happening in some time-space continuum, and I think us, we got evacuated somehow into like a digital realm. Like it's a digital realm. It's like a simulation or something like that. And it's still connected to, obviously, to the warring factions because we see it on the screen here, but when you look out to the eyeball reality, it's not reflected directly like what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, it's too, because there's so many different, like, I don't know, I mean, you could say, like, agendas, timelines, gosh, you could say anything in that nature, but really, like, you know, we won't know until it's here, and until that happens, like, I'm gonna be chilling and not, you know, being in any kind of, like, fear response or, you know,
yeah,
kind of a new development.
I mean, we have to live our lives, like, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, and in the middle of the day, you need to be doing what you know, what you're doing. And if you're spending a good portion of your day, like, thinking about the possibilities of what horrifying things might happen, you're just wasting your life. Like, unless you're boots on the floor, like, going out and trying to save children from bunkers or trying to, you know, take down the pedos or whatever you think you're gonna do. Like, if you're not actually doing that, then it's just you're just mentally masturbating, and you can do that literally forever, and you're not accomplishing much.
And if you're not like a bot, you're kind of like helping to advance those plans if you're thinking about it all the time and like putting all of your emotional energy into it, and you know,
right? That's what they say with, and that's my understanding as well as far as manifesting. The dark is not creative; it only mimics. So therefore, it has to utilize the true creator beings to manifest those timelines. So if we're not focused on them, they can't appear. Yeah.
And also, like, I mean, I've just been, like, toying with this concept. Maybe this is, like, me mentally masturbating or whatever, but, like, you know, just kind of, like, toying with the idea of, like, not, like, it could all be happening out there on the news or, like, even in my town, but is there a way, because it's such a, like, crapshoot, right? Because we create our reality, but at the same time, there's all these different forces, you know, so it's, like, who says I ever have to experience any of it?
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. That's it exactly. It's the self-referential point of observation. That's even going back to the double slit experiment, and the observational force is necessary for anything to appear, period. And if you if it's your reality, like somehow it's intimately each individual's reality and it's collective at the same time. So if you internally don't allow a certain thing in, or you don't give it power, then it just doesn't have power. There's not an external. That's what they try to claim with the regular religions. You know, they say there is a being over here, like saying, no, you can't do that, you can't do that, you need to sit in the corner. And that's just, in my experience, that doesn't exist at all. It's literally like the focus of consciousness, wherever it arises, in you, in me, and that's what allows something in or not. It's very simple.
Right.
Or else, you may see it outside, but depending on how you're responding to it or how you're holding yourself inside, you can, swerve it or get the good out of it, or not get totally
sucked
jumped.
in. Get sucked in. It's like hooks, right? You have internally your spiritual essence has ability to like grab onto a thing and sort of grow it, or if you don't feed that, then it doesn't grow. And that's each of our sort of work individually to find out, what does that mechanism feel like what does the mechanism feel like where a thing is getting hooked by us or not. Because if you've worked on your own internal state, you can feel that. Like you can feel something trying to creep in, and whether you react or not, your reactivity is the hook. Like if you react to something, you're hooking it in some way or another.
It's hard work though. It can be.
Yeah, totally.
You have to maintain it, but I do see evidence of it, and when you successfully utilize it or work it, you can see that I get experience that you do reflect back.
Yeah.
How you're vibrating or holding your energy inside. I find it tricky when you go get a bump and then to get back up quickly.
It's literally the opposite of what you get taught, is that use logic to sort of determine how you're moving, and it's just not that. It's like it's an emotional clutching or not clutching. That's the whole way the mechanism works. The logic is some sort of just a conceptual framing that allows a narrative to run like along the side of the sort of emotional like clutching or not clutching thing that happens throughout your day.
Totally.
Because logic is too sharp edged. Like it doesn't work properly for how flowy the actual internal existence is. It just can help a little bit, or it can hurt a lot. Like the mind itself obviously has government, right? It's governing the mental state. So if you learn how to not get grabbed by all these mental hooks, then you're literally free.
Totally. I have all of these clients that are like never Trumpers, and I kind of like, the best way that I like to sort of like navigate that is like, would you really want to spend your time here like sending all of your energy to this one egregore known as Trump? It's like, like, I don't want anyone, like, it doesn't matter how close you are to me, or if I even have met you in person, like, my energy is for me, and then once I have all of my energy with me, it's like, I don't know, seems silly.
Well, yeah, that's the most valuable resource that we have is our time and our energy and how we choose to spend it. It's the same thing. Like the financial system just mimics what the actual energetic system is. It's apportioned up into a certain amount of, you have like a finite amount of time to spend while you're here, presumably if you're going to live to 70 to 90 or something like that. And if you would wish to have any say in the matter, then every single second is precious.
Mm-hmm.
We have
something that I noticed with regard to attracting things in with your energy is that the negative one is faster or easier, because I think negative mental energy, you focus on it, it's mind, so you're focusing on it very intently. Whereas if it's something, the positive is more open and it's not as focused, so it requires a different type of energy than, just thinking about something, thinking
Right.
thinking about it repeatedly.
Right.
Because I noticed, for example, one time I was thinking about a negative thing so intensely for 2 weeks that the phone rang and it was the person.
It wasn't
They
a
didn't
person?
even have my phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got skills. And I,
Well, I have them, but I need to sort of... But it was interesting to observe that I think the mind is very focused, but the energetic principle is, it's just a little bit different way of using it. So they're both as powerful, but there's a different knack to
Yeah.
wanting to manifest something. Because I guess you don't know what it is specifically. It's open. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So you're not just doing it by rethinking.
Yeah. Another thing to consider while you're thinking about manifesting is that, I think we limit ourselves too much in terms of possibilities via the concept apparatus, because, the thing is infinite, the existence is infinite, even if this particular realm is finite. And if you put too many concepts on it, it's like narrowing it too much to where the existence is maybe confused on how to give you that while maintaining everyone else's around you, because it does have to fit in with everyone else's. So to kind of, the way I do it is I have my sort of general aim, and I will, ask for things or try to move in a certain direction, but I always let go of it immediately as I'm doing it. And however, this needs to get delivered, let it get delivered. I don't care about the specifics. This is just the general aim that I'm trying to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. But I think I've noticed something nice that's happening. The skies are super nice. Not always, but very beautiful. Fresh looking, natural skies, really beautiful, a lot of them, like skies that I remember when I was a kid. And also just birds.
Yeah.
It sounds like spring outside my window. It's kind of unusual at this time of year. I'd notice the amount of young birds just singing like it's, even in the middle of the night.
Really?
Yeah, we wake up at 4 a.m, they're like chirp, 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 chirp. It's really pretty amazing. So, there's really cool things.
I noticed the crickets were going during the middle of the day sometimes, and that struck me as a little bit odd, because crickets are usually a nighttime thing, and I would just hear them going full blast in the middle of the day, and I was just like, this is just seems a little bit off. I don't mind it, I like the sounds of crickets, but
they're just getting a lot of new energy.
Yeah, it feels like if you are able to release a little bit of how you think, a physical existence ought to be, then that itself will allow more sort of strange things to happen that aren't necessarily freaking you out. Because I feel like this universe is modeled after an actual physical universe where you would have spherical planetary bodies interacting with one another. And when you port into a sort of digital realm like this one feels to be, what you're going to have something that looks a little bit like that, and you're going to have the memory of being in that actual physical place, but it's going to be presented differently, and then your mind is going to have some problems trying to make that be okay. And then that also sort of explains why people have so much issues with, flat Earth versus globe Earth. And that would also explain why it's not really an issue, because yes, globe Earth exists. We're just not there right now. Like, we're in a place that's trying to copy that, and it's not exactly the same, but it does exist. Like, it did exist in some ways. Just this particular realm is more of like an imagination spawned reality, like collectively imagination and remembrance of what the physicality was, I think.
What a polarizing topic, flat Earth. Gosh, like, flat Earth, vaccines, Donald Trump, like, these are, like, if you want to fucking polarize a room,
Yeah.
I like it, though. Just because it's like, I don't know. So binary, I guess.
It helps you to see where people are at, because they're, like, finding someone's stance on Trump versus Biden, finding someone's stance on masks, finding someone's stance on flat Earth versus globe Earth. It shows you where they are in terms of their own mental possibilities, and it will allow you to either have an expansive conversation, or you need to moderate yourself so you're not freaking them out.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I know that I could probably speak for a lot of people in saying that I've lost a lot of friends this year, and just how, like, everything, is so polarizing. I had a friend for 6 or 7 years, and he is very, matter of fact. He's always kind of been like, oh, there Meredith goes with her, like, woo-woo bullshit again, And up until this year, like, my spirituality and my consciousness wasn't, at least on surface level or, any level, wasn't conscious, like, wasn't threatening to
the connection's going a bit south.
But now he's like, anti-vaxxers are the way that I would like for you to vote. Are, there's lives at stake. And I'm just like, all right, well, it's going to be hard for me to feel energy darts, when they are thrown. And
hey, Meredith.
Yeah?
Is your signal kind of low? Because you were chopping up a little bit there.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. And also, I wanted to let you both know that I'm using a hotspot, and I'm going to hit my sort of ceiling for data at some point, and probably the show will be over at that point, but I just want to let you know that it might just, like, slow down and cut off and unexpectedly.
Right on.
Yeah. But it's working fine so far.
Yay.
Yeah. What is it? What is your work, Meredith, exactly?
Well, it's kind of like in a transition, I think. So I do astrology readings and, help people to kind of, like, get to know themselves better. Though, this year, gosh, I thought I was so conscious this time last year, and, I had in May, like, a series of, like, memories from projects and abductions and stuff like that I just never had any idea went on. And I was just I knew that I was, like, traumatized, but I didn't exactly have all of that information. So, and I don't now for sure, but it's kind of changing into, something else that I'm not sure exactly what it is yet. What do you do for work other than an awesome YouTuber?
I can't really consider that work, because I'm not really. I actually am making a little bit of money on it, but not very much.
Right.
I'm currently doing flooring, like hardwood flooring, tiling, kind of general construction work.
Cool. Very nice.
It's a very much normal job. It's normal work, but the people are alive. They're not robots, and that's really all I need. Like, I don't need to be having deep conversations all the time. If you have empathy as a human, that's really all I would want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can only get so far with people that are artificial, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Weaponized
What about
bots.
you? What?
I'm an artist. But it's been hard this year. But I paint.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Here's
show me again.
a big one.
What's that? Okay, let's see it. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a little bit inspired by Aurora's teachings, that one I think they got in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's got telepathy and flying things.
Do you just kind of like freeform it? Or do you have a specific aim when you're trying to draw?
Sometimes there's guidance coming.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's very limitless when you allow yourself to just like let fall whatever comes out of your mind, and you can go so many different ways.
Yeah.
And
I think it must be nice, Gary, to work on flooring. Sorry, it sounds mundane, but I like the idea of doing physical work that's useful, you know. It just really appeals to me, and I've often thought about it, but
yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, homemaking skills, they're so super useful. Like.
Well, there are so many jobs that you can have that are, it's just nonsense. Like, it's,
yeah,
the majority of them seem to be just some sort of like paper shuffling or something like that. And
busy work.
This is a trade. Like, it's an actual useful skill. I will always have work if I ever stop at this company, and like I can build my own house, I can build my own floor, save money.
I would nearly pay someone to train me those skills, because a house and getting someone to do anything
it's very useful.
Is a shambolic nightmare. Tends not to. Tends just to be 3 years later, just going, where's that number so I can ring that bastard?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's,
that's nice.
I was trying to say something, but the thought literally just ran away from me.
I know that something at the moment. Kind of.
It was something about trade work. The trades. I don't know. If the thought goes away, you can't grab at it, because then it's just going to keep running away from you. You have to just like sit back and wait.
Something else.
Something else.
Nope, it's not coming back. But anyway, like, I feel like if everybody would just chill out, like, it's all just on the screen. Like, it's like 99.999% is strictly on the screen. So if you just chill out, you know, play by the rules to the most extent, but still, like, you're free, you know, you're free to do as you wish and to create. And I feel like if you just dump off that whatever shitty mindset was instilled in you by your parents, which is probably most of us, then like it's literally like you can do anything you want. There's no limit to what you can do every day.
Yeah, don't you feel like, and maybe this is just like my naive, like, impression, but don't you feel like the controls, even though like in the movie or, you know, in the surface level, they seem to be getting like clamping down. I feel like in terms of consciousness, like the controls are actually like less clamped down. Like,
yeah.
'cause I've never, like, I feel like there was a cap that I was never, like, I would bump up against it, and then something would happen, you know, be it like the machine conspiring to whatever, you know, and now I kind of feel like I'm able to actually, like, you know, do things with consciousness that I never was able to do before this year, you know?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that, like, the global narrative is doing what it do, you know.
I feel the same way. It's like, it's definitely two worlds, and it's kind of your choice. Like, if you like being the beaten, battered truther, and you want to go complain about how you're getting censored and this and that, yeah, you can do that, but you're not going to have a lot of energy to actually be creative and live your life, because you're sitting there worrying about Big Brother peeking over your shoulder or looking through your Mac computer, like your the front of your iPhone or whatever. There's just no need. There's literally no need. And there's not any. You can do whatever you want. Like, people, the amount of freedom that is here is literally mind-boggling. If you just take a day and say, like, I'm just gonna examine myself today. Like, I'm gonna examine my room, my situation. I'm gonna, like, pick up a corner of, go search inside of a closet that I've never looked inside, even inside of your own house or place of residence. Like, I'm sure you haven't even really explored that. Like, have you explored all of your personal items? Have you?
Pretty much.
There's so much you can do. There's too much. There's literally, like, too much freedom. Like, I feel like people are either on one side or the other. They're on the side of, the control mechanism, or if you're on the other side, you can't ever run out of things to do. You can't ever even begin to fit into what you actually want to do. Yeah. There's, like, too much.
Yeah. And I think, like, acknowledging or, like, understanding that the control mechanisms have always been there. Like, that was one thing for me that helped me to, like, break through, is, like, the controls have always been there. Maybe I just haven't always been as aware of them, and it's there's definitely a split on lots of different levels. I mean, I feel that internally too, like, not just by, like, what's coming up in the movie, but, like, in my own micro, I feel like there's things that I'm very, like, just the darkness in me is so recognizable, it's, like, right there, and I can't, like, not that I was ever really ignoring it, but it was just maybe not as, like, fully to the front as maybe it is now,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing. Everything is dual, and it has the opposite. And we have, you have the dark in there. And anyone who's been through projects or any, like, even getting to this realm, I feel like it's like a tumbling through some interdimensional gradient that is very compressing to your spirit. Mm-hmm. And, like, just that alone is traumatizing enough. If you care to sort of rewind back, or if you get regressed somehow, like, that's very traumatizing in and of itself, and you could consider that as, like, some darkness that you're holding. But there's no specific way that anybody needs to acknowledge these things. I think the main thing one of the main things we sort of suffer from here is just it's so wide. There's such a gradient of levels of experience that people have and understanding that it's hard to find what to say to somebody if you don't know, like, what level they're at, because you're either going to scare them or you're going to appear, like, insane. It's difficult to just know, like, how to acclimate yourself to that person's level of awareness. So I think a lot of people reduce down to the common denominator of, hi, how are you? And crazy weather today, huh?
Oh, yeah. Did you watch the debate?
And people can't even talk about sports anymore because, like, all that crap has been canceled, too.
How do you feel about that? Do you like sports?
No.
Sports ball! Get the ball in the hole! Do
right.
The thing!
A bunch of grown men fondling each other and slapping ass.
Yeah, it's like the Gladiator Dome,
Yeah, but it's like a shitty version of at least in Gladiator, like, people actually kill each other and there's some actual, like, skin in the game. Like, in this stuff, it's just money. I don't know.
Yeah.
In the game.
I think if people were still getting, like, hung up on trees and, you still had to worry about possibly dying, I think people would be a little bit more real, because there are so many, like, legal protections over every single movement that everyone's afraid to like look the wrong way because they're afraid they're gonna just the daddy law is gonna come and throw you in jail or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know. The realm is a little bit boring, but at the same time, like once you've freed yourself, for the most part, internally, it's just the sky is the limit, and you know you can never even come close to what it actually is.
No, I think it's boring more in terms of the conversations.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be kind of predictable to a large degree.
Right. Yeah.
But the rest of it is, the internal possibilities are.
Yeah, I mean, like, my family still doesn't really acknowledge anything that, you know, the topics I talk about on here, I've talked about almost everything I could conceive of, literally. And, like, my family, for the most part, there isn't discussion. Like, there's not much what you would call reality discussion. So, you know, you're just rehashing
I wish
the
that
same
there was
thing.
no language at all.
Yeah,
and
there's
you
no
could
language.
just go like a dog, you know,
Yeah.
to a person and
Yeah, it's really
start
strange.
playing with them.
And
Where you could like send like images and emotions like back and forth, you know.
Mhm.
I want about that.
It's way more natural to me, actually. It really does. Dialing down into the language is a little bit. I find it quite excruciating. Yeah, I really do. I used to have a really profound telepathic relationship when I was a child.
Yeah?
I think it's natural.
With who?
Pardon me?
You said you had a telepathic relationship? Was it with
Yeah.
another person or just...
No, it was with a person, but we were able to communicate, you know,
across space and time?
all the time as children, you know, without,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
just know what
interesting.
they were thinking or just say the thing that they were going to say before
That's very good.
they said it. And I've had other experiences of it since, so language just feels super slow and technical and clunky. And
Yeah.
the way Aurora described it, I totally relate.
I feel like there
It
was...
feels like the end of time.
I feel like there was a point at which telepathy opened up too much and everybody was in everybody else's business mentally, and even like you couldn't turn the static off or something kind of thing. And I think they tried the system engineers tried to fix it, but they ended up like shutting it off almost completely to where language was needed to be used predominantly instead of, you know, actually just like telepathically communicating
Or am I
directly.
meeting you at the coffee shop? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a text message, you know, basic nuggets.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we're trying to come back up from that like complete obliteration of all telepathy, and everybody can come back into it at their own level and with enough mental guards, so you're not having intrusions and unwanted visitors and things like that.
Right. Maybe.
How many people do you think are real? Like in terms of percentages? Speaking
I
of,
was trying to do some maths the other night.
really?
I reckon there might, I don't know. I was trying to put my countries.
I made the video, I think, in 2017 that blew up. And, of course, the channel got sort of throttled down after some of my videos went nearly viral. And, of course, I've stayed at the same level, like, you know, a couple hundred views per video. But back then, one of the first videos I made was called Where Are All the People? Or Where the Bleep Are All the People? And I was just discussing, like, it doesn't seem like there's many real human beings here. And then that video got like 200 comments, but
Wow.
I always joke, like, I'm like, oh, you know, there's one real per city, or, you know, it's like less than 1%. I just feel like it's mostly just Matrix people running around.
Yeah. I go back and forth with that because I don't know. I mean, like, I know a lot of people, I joke about, like, being, like, you know, there's before May, Meredith, and there's after